Insight as fighters. We've got Jimmy's 16-0. Alex has just come off a mega fight with John Jones, so he knows he can go 5 rounds comfortably at the highest level. How much of that psychology goes into play when you're walking in? Is having a 16-0 a good thing because you're completely unaware of what it's like to lose, or is it good to lose and have had an amazing performance? Can you help us understand that?
It's never good to lose. It really isn't. It's great. He's never been beaten. You know, he doesn't expect that. He expects to win. I think it's a good thing. Ross?
Yeah, Jimmy rides up his own confidence. Each win he gets better and better, and he believes in himself. He believes everything that he's done in his past fights and up to where now is working for him. And self-belief is a massive thing in this sport. If you don't believe in yourself, then what's the point of going in there and even trying? You know, you've got to believe in yourself.
I think, like, this game is psychological warfare, you know, and on either side of the thing, you can look at Mano was coming in unbeaten, hometown, against a guy that a lot of people thought beat the champ. So he's coming in with confidence. Then you look at Gustafsson's side, he's gone 5 rounds with the champ, he feels he's won. They're both coming in confident, I believe, in different ways. So it's going to be a great contest in the light heavyweight division.
That's what makes this sport so exciting. Anything can happen. Gentlemen, that's very kind of you. Very British of you. Are you British?
No, I'm not. I'm Swedish.
Well, it's very polite of you. This gentleman far away.
Stephen from Cork, Ireland. Question is for Forrest. How do you fill in the gap without competing anymore?
That's a good question. Let's not get sad, Brad. I'm actually, I'm a father, so that occupies your time.
Thanks, sir. And also one quick thing, Conor, I'm looking forward to your program coming out next week, Notorious. I saw the trailer, it was good, mate.
They followed me around. They followed me around last year in the build-up to the Boston fight. So, yeah, it's out this Thursday. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you for your question, sir.
Hey, who do you think is going to win the fight?
I'm pretty sure that Alex will win because he gained so much self-confidence after the fight with John Jones. He didn't believe he was in the absolute top before, but now he knows, and he will go for the takedown, and that will be it. I think also the other Swedes will whoop some British asses tomorrow, so that'll be good.
So you can't miss him. He's wearing blue and yellow. He's got a Swedish accent.
And of course, I love a cocky guy like Conor here. How has it proceeded? I mean, the thing, you know, with Cupcake and Ronda, that thing. Has it gone any further?
I don't want to get sacked, mate, so I'm not going to answer that question. You're a brave man coming in after that and then pissing off these other guys, so I'm just going to leave that, yeah?
Okay, but I have one other serious question. Now when they said that Melendez and Pettis will be heading the next tough season, I think that is not a good idea, since you're taking off top contenders and the champion from the ordinary schedule, which makes it difficult for the other fighters. And I would prefer to have, for example, Forrest, retired fighters or seasoned veterans to go and be there. They are better team leaders, better trainers, they have more experience. So I think it would be, as I said, why not youth versus...
you know what? I think you're hired. We're going to give you a job.
Okay.
A guy fights that often, you know, the champion fights a lot. We've seen that a lot. Every now and again they need a break, just mental reset, kind of, you know. It's heavy when you're, you know, you're on the top and everybody's trying to get you constantly. So I think this will be a good way to build. Gilbert Melendez too is a good guy. He's got a good personality. He doesn't have a huge fan base yet, even though he's amazingly talented. You kind of, if you think about it, you tap into the Hispanic demographic. It'll be a good show. So you're wrong, is what I'm saying.
You're fired now, yeah? I like it as well, you know. Anytime a champion goes in to coach a season and you put the competitor in beside him, it always creates a situation, you know, they put them face to face day in, day out. It builds the hype for the fight, and that's a phenomenal fight. A lot of people thought Gil beat Ben in his last fight. So I think it's a great fight, and I think it's going to be a great season of The Ultimate Fighter, and the women as well is on it. So you have the lightweight champion, against the contender, and then you've got the women fighting for the women's title. So it really is a phenomenal season that's going to be, and I can't wait to watch it.
Okay, thank you, Jens.
Thank you for your question, sir. Who's next? Man in the jumper back again from Croydon.
Hi, I've got another question. I read somewhere that there were only 8 submissions in 50 bouts in 2014 so far. So my question is whether everyone thinks Jiu-Jitsu is perhaps less relevant in modern MMA.
I don't think it's less relevant. I think it's as relevant as it's ever been. I think the transition of mixed martial artists is getting better and better. So now you're not fighting a jiu-jitsu guy fighting a boxer, a jiu-jitsu fight fighting a wrestler. I think everyone who is fighting in the mixed martial arts now, everybody is at the top of the game. So that it's harder and harder to get submissions. It's harder and harder to get knockouts. You know, it's the sport's just developing so fast, and you're getting younger athletes coming up the rank. It's so fast, and everyone's just got to revolve so quick.
Excellent, thank you for the answer.
Not at all, thank you. And we're going to come back to Hoist Gracie t-shirt. Ladies first. Tea and crumpets later. This is a very civilised Q&A.
Elaine again from Manchester. As you can see, GSP fan, 12 years. I just want to know what you guys thought about his decision to step away, and do you think he'll come back?
I think George is the man. You know, he went out on top. He ran the game, and then decided not to take the time off. I do believe he will be back. Different for different people. You know, if you look at the Anderson Silva situation, when he's in a weird situation now, whereas GSP went out on top. So definitely George is a role model for a lot of upcoming athletes to show them how it's done. You know, you get in, you win your fights, and you go out on top. It's a dangerous game we're in here. You know, you don't want to stick around too long. You want to get in, take over, own the game, and then get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean?
Does anybody else think he'll come back, Ross? Joe, Forrest?
I don't see why he should. What's the point? He came here, he dominated for so long. He's made his money. His body probably isn't what it used to be when he was 24, 25. Why come back unless for another payday? Do you know what I mean? I'm sure he's got plenty of money, living the life he wants to live now, so I think he's happy enough what he's doing.
I think he'll come back. I think he's a competitor. He'll get the itch again. He'll start, you know, seeing fights.
Do you think he'll be a super fight? He'll come back?
It's possible. I don't know. I mean, he'll probably just come back and fight whoever the current champ is. But, you know, as far as like, I had that much of it, you know, when you're on top. It's very stressful, you know. People, it's very demanding. Like, the UFC asks a lot of you. People ask a lot of you. Your sponsors ask a lot of you. You know, it's very, you know, it's an intense, you know, your life is not your own when you're a champ. And that's just the way it is.
Do you think that Hendricks really did beat him? Or is it was close?
Yeah, I don't know. I guessed, and I thought GSP won when we watched it live. And then when I watched the first round again on tape, I kind of thought Johnny won. So.
But it is the old classic.
Are you the GSP fan that thought Johnny won?
Pardon?
Wait, who do you think won?
Well, the last question and answer session, I asked Chael Sonnen the same question, and he was trying to ring GSP for me to answer.
Yes.
Do you remember? I said to Chael, I think Johnny will win it, and he said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, what's your name? I said, Elaine.
No, who do you think won?
Oh, I thought Johnny won it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Take that GSP shirt off right now. Take that shirt off.
Well, then get the fuck out of here.
You're out of the fan club. It's over.
You're not a real fan.
I'm being very honest, I think.
Nobody appreciates. Wait, stop. Honesty. Too much honesty today. Remember the 50s when people politely lied? Let's go back to that. Polite, you know, a little polite lie never hurt anybody.
I think it's amazing, Joseph. Yeah.
I mean, I think I can not talk for these guys, but certainly what I've heard spoken from Dana before to fighters, take it out of the judge's hands, deal with it in the octagon, and you know, you guys I hope agree that's kind of the brief, isn't it? Go in there. You're not paid overtime, any of you. Another question, let's move back to you, sir. Thank you, Elaine.
Hello everyone, Scott from London. I was actually at that fight with my wife, the GSP one, and it was horrible to watch. who knows who won that one.
Horrible. I thought it was a good fight, though. But either way, it was good to watch. How was that horrible to watch?
Oh, it's just because I was on the edge of my seat.
Oh, okay. Horrible.
That's a good thing, my friend, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That's where you paid the money for.
It's interesting. My question kind of led on from the other one, actually. It was about Anderson Silva. He lost the first one against Weidman with the, you know, he was playing around and what have you. And then he lost the second one because of the horrible leg break. Obviously, everyone saw that. Do you think he's going to come back because, how do I put this, he doesn't feel like he's got unfinished business with Weidman, do you think?
I don't think he's going to come back for that reason. I think he wants to come back because he's a fighter, he's a martial artist, and I think he's got an untold story of his ending yet, of his career. That's not how Anderson would have wanted to go out, but I definitely don't think he's going to fight Chris Weidman. I think Chris has got his number now. I think Anderson will come back and he'll fight, but I know he don't think he wants the belt. I think he just wants to come back and put an end to his career, you know.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for your questions. So we're going to whip through you three, ask your questions. And once again, these guys are going to be down signing autographs, having a face-off with one of you guys down there just after end of this session. So please fire away. Last three questions.
Hi, I'm Mike from Leeds. Just got two quick questions. If Matt Hughes and Matt Serra had one more fight, who do you think would win? And do you think Lyoto Machida is the guy to solve the Weidman puzzle?
I'm not too sure about the Matt Hughes Matt Serra fight.
Matt will definitely win.
Matt will win, yeah. I think the Lyoto Machida Weidman fight is very interesting. I think Machida is the man that could possibly do it. You know, it's a great fight. It's probably better than the Vitor Belfort fight, to be honest. You know, it's more interesting, I think.
You know, Machida's just ridiculously good. I think he's the guy I think that can beat Weidman. Or Weidman will finally, you know, get the respect he deserves after beating the best fighter ever twice in a row by beating this guy.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I think Lyoto Machida is definitely up there for taking his belt. I just think Weidman he's going to get the respect he deserves. I think he's going to put on one of the best fights he's ever done and beat Machida. I think he's going to finish him. I think he's got heavy ground and pound. And I think he's going to look at the taking the floor and take you home on the floor.
Great, thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.
Just so we can get your last two questions in before the signing, fire away quickly, please.
My name's Ashley, I'm from Bracknell.
Shoot.
Just want to ask you guys, who do you think's going to win out, Hendricks and Lawler?
It's another great fight, yeah. We keep hearing it's great fights, but that is a really great fight. Again, both heavy boxers. Robbie probably has the better boxing technique as well. Johnny has the power. They both have power, but Johnny has the power and the wrestling. It's hard to root against Johnny. He seems a bit more fired up, to be honest, but I wouldn't count Robbie out. It's a great fight. That welterweight division is stacked. I look forward to Gunnar Nelson this weekend, this Saturday, to stake his claim in that, because there's no doubt he's going to be up there as well.
Thank you for your question, and Madam, you're going to finish off the Q&A, and then we've got a teeny bit of a surprise, so don't go anywhere. Please fire away.
Hi, George from London. I just wondered if any of you had
You don't look like a George.
Surprise! I wondered if any of you had any moments where you seriously wished that you weren't doing what you were doing while you're sort of during a fight, and how you get through that?
A psychological question.
No, I see. The thing is, I used to have a real job. And I remember getting up at like 6 every day, so I'll take a lot of ass whoopings to not get up at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't think in there you're thinking that. Definitely maybe out there, outside of the cage, or there's other things going on, maybe you're like, but in there, you know, I don't want to be nowhere else. That is what I do. That is what I do this for, to get that feeling of collision when you were in there with another opponent, with no limitation and no restrictions, and you're just going full on. You know, that is an addictive feeling. I love what I do. Some people I believe that are even signed to the roster don't want to do it. You know, they've just been brought up to that way. Me personally, I don't want to be anywhere else. When I'm in there, I don't want to be nowhere else in the world. I don't want to be at home with my family and all that. I want to be there. I love what I do. I love this game more than anything.
Well, thank you very much for your question. We're going to wrap up the questions there. We've just got one brief little surprise, if nothing else. If you do know or don't know already, I'm going to be emceeing, and in the Octagon we've also got a new European team. Dan the Outlaw Hardy's going to be doing our colour commentary. John Gooden is our play-by-play. Also we have down here, if you'd like to come up, ladies, we have Chrissy and Carly, who are going to be the Octagon girls. And I'd just like to ask you guys a very quick favour. It's Carly's birthday today. So if you step up on here, we've got someone stepping up somewhere over there with an Octagon-shaped birthday cake. Nice. All the way at the front. Don't touch the scales. Come on, you guys will join in. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
You can't stop.
Happy birthday. I'm not doing a solo. Carly, happy birthday to you. Carly's birthday, ladies and gents. So you'll see Carly tomorrow, Chrissy tomorrow, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, a massive card. Please come and join us, and once again before you leave, a big round of applause for Jojo, for Ross, for Conor, for Forrest. Thank you all very much, we will see you soon.